Okay, sorry about that, friends. We are back. And this time so my computer was really bugging out. My mouse wasn't working at all. It was just an absolute nightmare. So I got some dinner. And I thought, you know what? If my computer is gonna be weird, let's just do some Super Mario World. I've been hankering to play this game for a long time. I'm no stranger to Super Mario World. Like, I play that game a lot. Well, not a lot. But I've beaten it a couple times. But you know when you're just in the mood to play a Nintendo game? That's sort of how I feel right now. So frick it, we're playing Mario today. I'm sorry if y'all wanted me to keep doing Sonic. I wanted to keep doing Sonic too. But here's how I think we're gonna do this. Alright? I think that how I should keep doing this is, since a lot of Sonic Frontiers is grinding for a lot of stuff, it seems like you're doing puzzles, right? You're doing all that, but you're really just gathering, a lot of the game is really just gathering hearts, gathering items, completing puzzles, and that's really cool. I really like that. But it doesn't make for good stream content, in my opinion. So, as I turned my computer off, I was thinking, maybe I should just do a lot of this stuff off camera, make it a lot easier on you guys. But all the boss battles and stuff, I'm totally gonna do on stream. What the heck? Like, I'm not an idiot. That crap is cool. Oh my gosh. Speaking of cool, Super Mario World. Freaking amazing game. Oh! Actually, I have something really cool. So, this is the OG Super Mario World cartridge. I have a copy of one of these because of some online shopping that I did, a month or two so ago. So, as soon as I get a device that will let me rip cartridges, I may be able to do some Super Mario World ROM hacks, which is really exciting. Actually, no, I don't want to play a new run through of this game. Or, well, I do want to play a new run through of this game. It's been a hot minute since I've eaten on stream. I feel like it hasn't been since, like, Super Metroid. So, welcome, this is Dinosaur Land. In this strange land, we find that Princess Toadstool is missing again. It looks like Bowser's at it again. Oh, shoot. You hate it when Bowser comes and steals your girl. Thankfully, good old Mario's on the case. But we gotta visit Yoshi's house first. We bump at the block. Hello! Sorry, but I'm not home. I have gone to rescue my friends who were captured by Bowser. Yoshi. And he has his little dinosaur print. That's kind of cool. Does Yoshi's handprint really look like that, though? Looks like some sort of dog. Okay. So yeah, I've played this game like several times. I don't know. There's really nothing like a Mario game. Like a 2D Mario game. And even then, like, as much as I really enjoy Super Mario Brothers 3's like creative world, because I do think Mario 3 just has more like creative level ideas than Super Mario World sometimes. There really is nothing like Super Mario World. Like, sure, it's the game that introduced Yoshi to the series, but like it has so much more going for it than just that. Like, it is like secret pathways. I think this is the first game to have secret pathways in it. It has like the little power-up packet. It is Chargin' Chucks. Who doesn't love Chargin' Chucks? Well, in this game, they're actually very annoying. But it's the Cape Feather, which is another huge addition to the Mario series. This game just has so much going for it. The yellow switch palaces are, the switch palaces are really cool too. I enjoy these a lot. Earn some 1-ups. You spin jump way higher than I remember being possible. Like in Mario Maker, you really don't spin jump that high. But in this game, it's like you can actually get some good height off of a spin jump. It's pretty impressive. Now there's one frame where you can jump off of the button. I just do not know that timing, unfortunately. Oh well. So we're gonna continue without saving. Cause yeah. I don't know, I kinda like it when games autosave. Sort of like Sonic Frontiers. To where when it bugs out, I don't have to worry about all my progress being lost. But I don't know, there's something about choosing your save, which is also really cool. But yeah, Sonic Frontiers is cool and all. I don't know. You need a break every once in a while is what I'm saying. But yeah, don't worry, we'll be playing some more Sonic Frontiers tomorrow, I think, even though it is technically Thanksgiving. But yeah. Thank goodness I live at home with my streaming setup, so it's literally in my room, so there's not much stopping me from just pulling up a stream, even if it's gonna be a little later on Thanksgiving, okay? Just because spending most of the day with my family is gonna be pretty important. To me, at least. I don't know. Some people can't be with their families on Thanksgiving, though. And I get that. Which is sort of why I want to stream a little early, but not too early. Or a little later, but not too late. Okay. There's a speedrun trick you can do. Yeah, baby! That always just feels so satisfying. Ah! No! Okay, wait, what's down here? Boy, my commentary during my gameplay sure does need work, but yeah, I mean, it's Mario World though. Who doesn't love this game? Dude, if this was Super Mario Brothers, I would have been so close to performing like an 8K kick. Oh, speaking of Super Mario Brothers, I was actually gonna do like a actual YouTube, an edited YouTube Let's Play, wow, of this game. Or not of this game, of SMB1. Excuse me. Another Let's Play idea I had was Mega Man 2, and I think you guys might have heard me talk about this before. But I tried recording it on my old computer, and it just did not work. Hopefully I can have more luck, this week, if I try to record something. Basically, like, the audio was all wrong and stuff. My hands are really greasy, I'll be right back. Alright. So yeah, I mean, what was I talking about before? Oh no. One thing I was talking about was the quality of my commentary. Oh yeah, and then that led into discussions about YouTube Let's Plays. But yeah, I'll have a lot more to say during YouTube Let's Plays, I feel like, but I mean, I think during live discussions, since I don't really know what I'm gonna say, if it's like a YouTube Let's Play, I can plan out in advance a lot more what I'm going to say versus like everything I want to say about a particular game. And then I can talk about like my history with different portions of a game, if that makes sense. But I don't know, when I'm live, it's just most of those like conversation topics just don't really come to mind. Plus, I'd much just rather have a conversation with you guys. I feel like that's the thing I really love about Twitch, or about Let's Playing on stream in general, is just the chat interaction. But frankly, there's no one in chat right now, so I'm pretty much just talking to nobody. But if you happen to be here, thanks for popping in. Hope you did enjoy the stream. People seem to like Sonic Frontiers though, and that makes sense. It is like the cool new game that's out, but I mean, from time to time I like to play old stuff too. Ah, shoot. Speaking of old stuff, I sort of missed the old Link to the Past streams. Like, yeah, the Ice Temple thing was boring as heck. And frustrating at that. Also, that was really clutch what I did with the gate there. Yeah, this game's kind of fun. Ooh. Wait, you can get a one-up trick from this castle, I know that much. By, getting around here. Boop, and boop, and boop. Boop. Spin you. Come on, baby. Don't tell me there's no more Koopas. Please tell me there's more of them. That I can... No? Okay. Fine. Well, you can earn, like, several one-ups that way. It's really fun, actually. I like earning a bunch of lives at this castle. But yeah, is this Larry's castle or No, I think this is Larry's. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of easy to get Larry and Lemmy confused. Just cause. Oh wait, this might be Iggy. I don't. Oh shoot. There we go. It's so interesting in this game that the first boss is like literally you just sumo wrestling a Koopa into a giant freaking pit of lava. That's so metal. Blow up his house. Okay, yeah, that was Iggy. The glasses really help. But yeah, we were traveling to Donut Land. Apparently. Donut Land just sounds like a magical place, and I accidentally saved. But, I mean, there's really no donuts in this game. As a matter of fact, a lot of this game is, like, named after food. But, like, really? There's no food that appears in this game. It's like false advertisement. It's terrible. But, I guess when you live in Mushroom Kingdom, you sort of expect other places to also be named after food. It's just that Mushroom Kingdom has a lot of mushrooms in it. So I wonder what the deal was with the failure to deliver. There's no donut people in this game. There's no chocolate people in this game, because later there's like the chocolate mountains or whatever. Now, granted, there is a reference to Zelda because the woods in this series, the woods in this game, I forget what they're called, are actually called the Lost Woods. In the Japanese version. Okay, cool. We get the cape feather. That's what's important. Yeah, baby. Get the second cape. There we go. Set up the pipe and we get a mini game. If you whap each of these blocks from the left with your cape, it will always be correct. Just like that. That's a neat little Easter egg, I suppose, that I learned about a while ago. Ah, shoot, I hit it with my head. That's the mistake. You hate to see it, honestly. Boop. There we go. Get rid of you, Super Koopa. Or, I guess they're intended to be pronounced Super Koopa. Ah, shoot. Well, I don't have a Brooklyn accent, unfortunately. That must be why I lost my capes to the Super Koopas. Because I can't pronounce their name correctly. I'm like the substitute teacher. No! Yoshi! Okay, whatever. Speaking of Yoshi, we actually have a dog named Yoshi. I don't know if many people know that. Or many people who watch my streams know that. He's actually Topher's dog. Die. But yeah, growing up with Yoshi, the IRL Yoshi, not a dinosaur. He is in fact a dog. Now, getting these little numbers at the goal pole is actually like, it actually does do something for you, because like you can't earn, well, you actually can earn 1-ups in this game from hitting the top of the gold tape, but it's considerably harder than doing it in the OG Super Mario Brothers, because getting a 1-up in this game requires you not only hit the top of that little thing, the little gold tape thing, but you have to actually hit the white tape thing as it goes up and down. So not only do you have to be at the top, but the little white tape thing has to be at its peak as well, which makes getting 1-ups at the end of stages like considerably harder than in other Mario games. Now granted, at least it's not like Super Mario Brothers 3, to where it's just like you can only earn lives every 3 levels. That is kind of rough, buddy. Uh-oh, I'm gonna lose Yoshi. No, never mind, I got him back, because I'm awesome. But yeah, I mean, I really love playing this game. It's like one of those comfort games, you know, that you can just keep going back to whenever you've just had enough of something else. Oh wait, I can just eat this blue shell and fly up, because Yoshi is amazing. And we're going to the secret world. And where does that lead us this time? Oh, the green power switch. Okay, cool. Or the green Switch Palace. Yeah. What? Yoshi just... Nah. Okay. Okay, buddy. Oh, well, I completely ruined this minigame. Good grief, that did not go my way at all. This isn't going my way at all. Wow. That's rough. You hate to see that. Okay, here we go. Dang it, I wanted the frame jump. Couldn't get it though. Shame, honestly. Okay. So now that we're doing this, we've got all the green blocks scattered about. There's actually a trick to getting a lot of that stuff back though that we lost. Because in the Boo House there's a top secret area, and that's gonna be really helpful for us later on. Okay, let me just get in here. Ah! Okay, cool. We made it. 'Cause we're awesome. Okay, hit that block. Get in here. Makes me wonder if, like, a lot of the Mario World tech, that are in it, some of the Kaizo ROM hacks, like with the Cape Feather, actually come from Mario World? Or if, like, they are made up specifically for that ROM hack. Because, like, if there actually is a way you can just turn around Cape Mario in mid-flight just by pressing the X button, that's ridiculous that they don't teach you about that. I don't know, I'm gonna have to try that next time. That sounds really fun. I don't know, I love learning new tech in video games, especially if it's easy tech. Easy tech is my favorite tech, obviously. But, like, if it's obscure, that's also really cool. Also, I noticed that some of the, like, the backgrounds in this game sort of look like some of the backgrounds in Yoshi's Island, which obviously, like, that's a really good game. But, like, Yoshi's Island's really well known for its art style, and, like, if some of its backgrounds were taken straight from Mario World, like, I don't know, that sort of leads more credence into it being Super Mario World 2. Although, obviously, I think that the main reason that they called it Super Mario World 2 was just so it could sell more copies. I mean, that makes sense. And, like, it is a Mario universe game, so I guess it sort of makes sense that they would call it Mario World 2, but at the same time, it's just like, it's a prequel to, like, every Mario game, once you really think about it, because Mario's still a child in Yoshi's Island, so it's just like, yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. I officially screwed that up. Well, I say I screwed it up, but in actuality, that was the only thing I got, so. Oh, well. What you gonna do? Donut Ghost House. Here we go. Whoa, I'm flying backwards. Oh, no. I stink. At this game, apparently. I can't even fly up. That's just not an ability that I have. Sadness. I'll get a Cape Feather eventually, and then I'll just come straight back here. Come on. Get in the door, Mario. Oh, you're joking. Do, 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 do. Do. I can't believe I missed that. Why did I miss that? That was so easy. I stink. Oh well. Wait, what the heck is that dot doing down there? Look at that! Have you ever seen that before? I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's really weird. Well, I'm just gonna get a cape feather and then just be done with it. There we go. Gonna despawn you. Get this. Now we're just gonna leave the stage. There we go. That's so weird that that's there, cause like that's not even where the underwater level is, I don't think. Like there is an underwater level in that pond, it's just not right there, you know? So odd. Okay, well, let's practice flying a little. Never mind, let's not. Whoa, okay. Just get me in there. Alrighty. Very nice. With that, we have the top secret area where we can restock on anything we would want on our adventure. We have access to 2 fire flowers and 2 cape feathers. So if you ever run out of anything you might want in this game, this is where you go. If you have any trouble with anything at all, just go to the top secret area. If you don't know where the top secret area is, well, then I don't know what else to tell you. You clearly didn't watch this video, but or this live stream, but that's fine. Be that way. I'll survive. So we can just go up here. Whee! The cape really trivializes a lot in this game, even though this is a really fun level. Uh-oh. I was so close to living. All I needed to do was not let go of B. It really was that simple. I mean, why I didn't just go back to the top secret area was kind of beyond me, but I mean, I guess I don't really need it anymore. I could just start flying. Oh, flying in between Koopas is a dangerous game. But, we got it. I like flying in this game. It's really fun, and I like flying kind of low, too. Whoa! Okay. We're good. I love the music in this game, too. Something about it, it's like very simple music for Super Nintendo, because some of the stuff that the Super Nintendo can do song-wise is ridiculous. Don't believe me? Just listen to, like, the Final Fantasy or like Chrono Trigger soundtrack sometime. You'll be blown the heck away. Or even like Yoshi's Island. Some of the Yoshi's Island soundtrack is also stupendous. The Disco Koopa shell. It's a menace. Oh, you can just press X to turn around. Good grief. That's really cool. Okay, I'm gonna kill this plant. Die. Okay. So now that this thing is no longer obstructing my way. Ah! Okay. Here we go. Wee-hee! But yeah, as long as you have enough room, you can really just fly anywhere in this game. You really are just like unstoppable with a cape feather in this game. It's kind of obscene. And the fact that like some people have learned how to control the cape feather so well is kind of ridiculous. Unlike my gameplay. But I mean, I'll learn to get better with age. Eventually. I died to the same spot twice. But I mean, clearly the rest of the level I have down. I say, suddenly doing worse! Boy, when can I ever just learn to keep my big mouth shut? Okay. Look at this! No, never mind, just don't look at it. It's all bad and dumb and stupid. I promise I'm not doing this on purpose, by the way. I can just do really well at video games when I want to, but never when I need to. Derpy Koopa. Don't tell me I'm gonna be stuck on this level just because I want to do like the cool speed run swag. That was really cool. That was so cool. I've never seen anything more cool than that in my life. In my life, dude. Okay. Okay. Jump up. Oh! Yeah, elongated pipe. Bruh, I thought that hammer was gonna get me! Too bad the turtle got me first, the Koopa. Too bad, honestly. Spent too much of my life stomping Koopas in the original Mario Brothers arcade game. Boy, Chris Pratt really faced the wrath of the meme overlords with that one. Whoa. Also, I don't think you can stomp Koopas in the original Mario Brothers arcade game. Unless he was talking about the Super Mario Brothers arcade game, which was actually a thing, versus Super Mario Brothers. It's actually a really cool idea. Why did I think I could do that? I actually could have made that jump if that block wasn't there. It would have been pretty tight, but I could have. Who knows? Who knows what's possible when you have the power of imagination on your side? Right now, we can only imagine what would have happened in that run, because I was dead. But still, sometimes I like to pretend I do well. Okay, get the Yoshi. Get the Yoshi! Yoshi! Mario sort of punches Yoshi's neck every time that he does that. That's kind of messed up. Okay, cool. I thought we were gonna lose Yoshi to the pit. I can lose Yoshi all on my own, clearly. Okay. Alright. Getting through it. Oh no, Yoshi! Clearly this is one of those games I unwind to. Now granted, if there's a game that I actually want to unwind to over the years, it's New Super Mario Bros. Wii. That's a good game. That is the 2D Mario I grew up with. I grew up with a lot of 3D Marios, though. I grew up with, like, the Mario Galaxy games, 1 and 2. I think 1 is better because I liked 1's plot. But also, I am, like, one of the few people who, like, just thinks that love is bad. I was mainly just disappointed that Rosalina didn't, come back as, like, the main starship person. Helper person. Yeah, words are fine. Oh no. I did say on stream a couple months ago that I had a crush on Rosalina as a kid, so that might have something to do with me not liking Mario Galaxy 2 as much, although Rosalina does appear once you 100% the game, which I did not know as a little kid who thought I don't know. I was one of those kids who was scared by timers in video games. I mean, but there's a timer in like every 2D Mario level nowadays, so it's just like, it obviously wasn't the timer itself that I'd be worried. It's just the fact that it's just like, oh no, once I run out of time, it's stressful. And no one likes being stressed out. That makes sense. It's just one of those things that stressed me out, I think much more than the developers originally intended. And then one day I worked up the guts to finally be like, you know what, fine. I'm gonna try to beat this hard timed level. It's scary. It was one of the prankster comments. I think it was like the first timed one in the original Mario Galaxy, and I was just like, hold on, this actually isn't so bad. Then I tried more of them, and I was just like, oh, wait a minute. This actually isn't bad at all. This is actually kinda easy. So that's how I got over my fear of timers in Mario games specifically. I don't know how I could have handled games like Metroid as a kid, because it's just like, those are timers that like will actually cut you relatively close if you're not competent enough. I still can't believe that Super Metroid timer thing. Good grief. I was so close to dying from that timer. I was probably like 2 frames away from dying. But I made it. I have a YouTube video about it. You should check it out. It's at Jack the Raccoon on YouTube. Thanks. Cool. Extra cape just for the road, because you never know when another cape might come in handy, when you might need another one. Stomp them 2 times, stomp them 3 times. There we go. That wasn't too shabby, was it? Clearly not. I don't think I've ever beaten that guy that quickly. Is that Morton's castle? I think it's Morton's. I'm a genius. What will become of Princess Toadstool? That's an interesting question. Wait, it says he's now just a memory? We killed him! Clearly, this is the final game in the Super Mario Brothers timeline, because we just ended a life. That's right, the funny Wahoo man has finally done it. He has taken the life of for his princess. Not of his princess, for his princess. There's a huge difference. Somebody deserves it, somebody doesn't. Peach doesn't deserve to be killed, by the way. That wasn't what I was trying to insinuate. But these guys do, hehehe, because they stand in my path, to get a 1-up. I wasn't gonna get that 1-up anyway, because I was in the middle of diving. That's kind of dumb. About the Cape Feather. I mean, it's like you can't jump at full speed. Which, I mean, makes sense, because that's how the power-up works, but it's just like... Hey! Yeah, I wasn't gonna... that's stupid, thinking that crouching would help. That was dumb. I don't know why the mere mention of crouching brought Super Mario Galaxy to my mind, but now I want to play Mario Galaxy. And also Galaxy 2. I haven't played Galaxy 2 in like actual years. But that's such a good game. I like Galaxy 2. Not as much as Galaxy 1, like how I said earlier, but it's just still a good game. There's nothing wrong with it, besides for the fact that it doesn't have Rosalina until like the very end of the game, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine, really. It's fine. In some ways, I think that Starship Mario is actually a little bit cooler to explore, or it has more to explore than the observatory. However, the the observatory, the Cosmic Observatory does earn points, in my mind, for at least being the cooler level to explore, and that has nothing to do with me being a former Rosalina simp. It's just, sorry, it's more majestic looking, and Mario doesn't really have a lot of majestic looking places before that. But I mean, they already did majestic home base for Mario Galaxy 1, so I understand with them wanting to go for something goofier with Mario Galaxy 2. There's nothing wrong with goofy. I love being goofy. And I'm clearly one of the goofier people among my friends. Yes, I do have friends, believe it or not, before you make any judgmental comments. Yeah, we're just gonna sort of go through here. There's a charging chuck! Rarely does a charging chuck go above the blocks, but when you do duck for cover, man, those guys mean business. Flying high. Uh-oh. Sometimes I wonder, like, I don't know. Whoa! They have duplication powers. That's really cool. But, like, sometimes I wonder, are all the caves in Mario's world just, like... Why does Mario go through caves if he doesn't have to, technically? Can't he just go over this kind of thing? Whenever he sees a cave, what part of him thinks, like, oh, this is gonna be easier to, like, go through rather than go around? Because, I mean, like, sure, there's a Koopaling's castle in this cave, and, like, that's all well and good. But it's just, like, what part in Mario's mind makes me think, like, huh, yes, this is something I must do. I must destroy this Koopaling in his castle. Well, maybe it's just so that Bowser doesn't start causing havoc. Maybe this Koopaling is just just spoiling everyone's day. Mario has to stop him. This is a larger plot by Bowser. Sort of like in Super Mario Bros. 3, how the Koopalings were all sort of causing trouble in their own castle or something, and that's why you have to defeat all of them. Well, you don't have to defeat all of them. It's just the reason the story gives for why they all exist. So, I don't know. Maybe the Vanilla Dome is actually like a crucial part to the Dinosaur Island's political climate. Who knows? And I know I went the wrong way because we're being sent back to Timbuktu. Or sorry, to Brazil. That's the actual meme. Ooh. I like the part in the Aristocats where the guy says, yep, he's going all the way to Timbuktu, and that's why I reference that. Instead of, like, Ohio or something. What did Ohio do to deserve all the hate it gets all of a sudden? I mean, I get it. Nothing good's in Ohio. But, why do we just assume that everything bad comes from Ohio? When really, most of the things that are bad come from places like California or something. Or Florida. I actually have a lot of relatives that live in Florida. I don't have any relatives that live in Seattle. Or in, I do have relatives that live in Seattle. I don't have any relatives that live in California. Or Ohio, for that matter. So I can feel free to make fun of Ohio. Because I don't know anyone who will be offended. That's kind of a dumb way of looking at things, but still. Vanilla Dome 3. The third episode of the, or it's actually the fourth level in the Vanilla Dome. Uh-oh. There's a one-up that I can't reach. Oh, never mind. I've done the impossible. I've gotten good at video games. Psych, that'll never happen. Ooh. Okay. My fireballs are bouncing on lava. I actually did not expect that to happen, like, at all. Little sound that it makes. No. I find it refreshing in a way. Uh-oh. There we go. That's how we double up on Cape Feathers. Now let's see what's up here. It's actually been a long time since I've been up here. Check this out. Scope it out, if you will. There's that. Boop, boop, boop. See, every single time you get a 1-up from doing this. Isn't it great? Leaves out the pressure of having to guess, in all honesty. Boom. Easy. Easy every time, baby. Easy every time. Okay. You have to actually be careful here. That was extremely close. I don't want to ever have to be that close again. These blarg enemies are kind of cool. Oh no. Something about a lava dinosaur is just really nice. Oh, and then the blargs from 3D Land and from Mario Galaxy 2. What's that one? Melty Molten Galaxy, I think. The music in that level is so good, dude. Oh. The Mario Galaxy soundtracks are just so good. Easily some of my favorite orchestral pieces. That being said, I don't listen to that much orchestral work. Because I prefer video game music to contemporary music because I'm a nerd. But don't knock it till you try it, dude. Video game soundtracks are actually, like, killer. Speaking of killer, we've made a lot of progress in this game. I wonder if we could beat this game today. It'd be possible. I don't know. It'd probably take an hour or two if we do it the normal way and not like the don't take Star Road. Yeah, I don't think we could do it today if we don't take Star Road. I don't really know all the secrets to Star Road. That's what makes it difficult. But this game is like one of the most speedrun games like ever made, pretty much. It's right up there with like other Mario classics. Like Mario 64. However, this game was intended to be like have all the shortcuts it does, whereas Mario 64 is just like unintentionally good for speedrunning. Well, I mean, it's still fun to speedrun no matter what category you do it in. The fact that you could beat the game with 0 stars is definitely not what the developers intended. I don't know, if there was any game I could learn how to speedrun, Mario 64 would be one of the cool ones, I'm not gonna lie, because the movement in that game just looks so good. Well, I know, actually, I'm gonna take that back. Mario Odyssey speedrunning is actually really cool. That's the one I really would enjoy learning, because it's just like Mario Odyssey in general is just so fun. So fun. Actually, once I have nothing better to do, I actually have a plan on making a Let's Play of Mario Odyssey that's actually like 100%ing the game. Because I actually love 100%ing Mario Odyssey. If the speedrun techs like weren't so advanced for that game, I would actually like want to try to like speedrun 100%ing it. Just because I'm one of the few people who like actually enjoys doing that. I don't know why. A lot of people say that 100%ing Mario Odyssey is a lot like collecting all the Korok seeds from Breath of the Wild, but I actually think that, like... this is probably where I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble with some Zelda fans, but, like, I actually don't like... Like, I don't know. I find collecting 999 Power Moons in Mario Odyssey infinitely more fun than collecting 999 Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild. I don't know. Something about collecting 900 Korok seeds just seems dull to me, whereas collecting power moons in Odyssey has never seemed dull to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I like the movement in Mario Odyssey more than that in Breath of the Wild. That's where I'd get in trouble with some Zelda fans. But it's just like, sorry, bro. One game just feels better to me. And it's not Zelda. So frankly, while I am eager to see what the Mario Odyssey team has been doing all this time, it's probably gonna be, in all honesty, I think a 3D Donkey Kong game, because I've heard rumors of them doing that. If they were doing a 3D Donkey Kong game, but it was a Donkey Kong game sort of like Donkey Kong 96, would actually be really cool. Like where you have to rescue Pauline or something again, but if Mario has the movement from something sort of like Mario Odyssey, oh, I would play the heck out of that game. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with that death? Good grief. But yeah, no, I would 100% play the absolute heck out of a Donkey Kong game like that. A 3D Donkey Kong 94 or 96 or whatever year it was. It was the mid-90s. But yeah, that would be a good heckin' game. And I would play that. Good grief, chemic spells travel so dang fast in this game. Like freaking bullets. Flippin' bullets! Dude, chemic's scary in this game. Don't mess with him. He'll mess your day right up. Ooh! Okay, if I hadn't jumped so early, I would have made that. I don't know. Something about just blazing through these levels with reckless abandon is just really fun to me. Okay. Here we go. Oh, a thwimp! Dude, I do not like thwimps. They're so small, and yet, like, they can cover so much ground so quickly. Wait, I wonder what's in that door. Whoa! Okay. You can't punch a block underneath Chemic to kill it. Bruh! Bruh, what the heck is that? What the heck is that? Okay, fine. Whoa. Dude, man just warps so quickly. Okay, fine. Fine! Fine! Be that way. There we go. Shells probably aren't gonna get rid of this guy. Oh! No, I was wrong! More power to you! Okay. I can swim! Game changer, friends. Game changer. Oh. Oh! That's sad. Sad. There we go. Boy, now the fireballs are out of sync. Actually, there's been some really cool Twitter art. This like Super Mario Brothers 3 repainted, but it's like pixel art. Super Mario Brothers 3. Oh, it's so good. I just retweeted one earlier today that was like an isometric view, sort of like Super Mario RPG, but it's like one of the... it's just so good. It's hard to describe, you know? But it's like them in one of like the levels that you get pulled down by with the hands in World 8, you know, the one I'm talking about? Oh, so good. That's one reason. Now, Twitter is a garbage website. Don't get me wrong. And I actually think that Elon Musk's little Twitter escapades have actually been incredibly funny. Even if, like, they're probably not the best for the longevity of Twitter. I don't know. I just think that it's funny to me. But also, as much as Twitter is just a garbage website, some stuff on Twitter is actually really cool. Like, I love all the memes that are on Twitter. That's actually my meme social media. I actually use, I don't go on Reddit for my memes. I actually go on both Twitter and Facebook for memes. Facebook actually has some really good memes if you know where to look. The problem is you just have to know where to look. And not many people use Facebook who are memers. Mario's triumphed over Lemmy Koopa of Castle 3. Mario's quest is starting to get much more difficult. Have you found the red and green switches yet? The red switch. I don't think we've found the red switch yet. Oh, wait, the red switch is actually... I think it's right along here somewhere. If I remember correctly. But, whatevs. So, we're just gonna keep moving along. Diddle-da-dumba, 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 diddle-da-dumba. Wow, we just flew backwards. That was insane. Diddle-da-dumba, 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 bum-da-bum-da-bum, ba-da-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum, da-ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum, ba-da-dum-bum, ba-dum-ba-da-ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Bruh. Wait. Sound pad's not open. No! Okay, I'm gonna have to open Steam real quick. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay, fine. Boy, my mouse has been acting really weird. Let's open Soundpad. Launch. Good. Perfect. Now we can get that bruh sound effect. Bruh. There, you heard it. Good! I've been meaning to get that sound pad set up for streams, so I'm glad that it's working. Now I can just spam sound effects whenever I want. How wonderful. How wonderful for you, the viewer, as well. I feel like this will 100% upgrade the viewer experience. I feel like the positive feedback will just be through the loop now that I can just spam bruh literally any time I want. It'll be perfect, it'll be wonderful, everyone will love it, and no one will find it annoying. Let's see. This might not work out the best for me. Oh, what do I know? I'm a genius. That's right. I'm dead! Fine. I'll do it the normal way. No, I won't. Hey, I will. Fine. Contain me to the normie route for normies. Do this to me. Strike me down, Vader, and then I will become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. No. Yes. Give me it. No! The more things change, the more things stay the same. So, here we are, as in olden days. Happy golden days of yore. What? The magic wings. Oh, speaking of wings, Sakurai said in his recent video that he would like for Kid Icarus Uprising to get a port onto a home console. And oh, as a Kid Icarus Uprising fan, that made my day, dude. You don't know how long I've wanted that game to be ported to the Switch. But who knows if that's even gonna be possible. Just because Sakurai wants something to happen doesn't mean it's gonna happen. But I mean, Sakurai's up there on the gaming charts, dude. His word means a lot nowadays. But oh, it'd be so good if we got a Kid Icarus game. Like a sequel or a port. I don't know. If we just got a port with some decent, like, either side story content or, like, slight sequel content. Maybe, like, a chapter where you played as, like, Palutena? That'd be really sick. I would kind of like to play as Palutena or Veridi. But mostly just Palutena. Sorry. Well, a Dark Pit chapter, another Dark Pit chapter would actually be really cool too. Hey Diggs, how's it going? How's it? Yeah, sorry. Hope you've been enjoying some Mario World. Are you a Kid Icarus person? I was sort of talking about that earlier. How Sakurai was talking about, like, him wanting to port Kid Icarus Uprising to the Switch. I don't know. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, I hope your day's been going really well. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving? I don't know. I think that's more of an American thing. And while I have had quite a few American chatters, frankly, because I'm American myself, I know not everyone who pops into my chat is American. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Let's see. Yoinkity doink doink. So now we're going through another castle. Oh boy. Another castle. Oh, the lowering roof. It's this one. Ah, shoot. Oh, shoot. Well, let's just get the mushroom. Boop. There we go. Boy, I do not like that the spin jump button is on, like, a completely different side of the face, like, of the controller and not like a shoulder button. I think later Mario games got that little thing right, where it's just like, yeah, spin jump should be on L or R and not like any of this A business. Yuck. As much as I think, like, later Mario games haven't really taken advantage of, like, having a full controller, you know, like, using more buttons, I feel like Mario games typically control well enough to where that's not a huge issue that Nintendo, like, has to solve right now. Whereas, like, sometimes when I play a Sonic game, like a 3D Sonic, because, like, we were playing Sonic Frontiers earlier today, I'm very thankful that they really utilize, like, each button on a controller for Sonic's control scheme, because, like, it almost feels overwhelming, the amount of stuff you can do in that game control-wise, but thankfully it's, like, they use all the buttons, so it's not, actually, like, if they only use, like, 2 buttons for Sonic Frontiers, that would actually be terrible game design. Okay. But no, I think Sonic Frontiers so far has just been a good game. It's just not been a super amazing stream game. So I might have to do quite a bit of that, like, off screen. Aw, you're kidding me? I hate it when he does that. Uh-oh. I'm running low on time. There we go. Yeah, baby. We're done. We're done here. Nice. I don't know what's up with my mouse recently, but it's like kinda out of control. I need to turn down the mouse speed or something. That's like easily one of my favorite cutscenes in the game though, is when they like launch it all the way up in the air and then it just go like... It's fun. Ludwig von Koopa's days of composing Koopa symphonies in Castle 4 over. Dang. We killed another one. It's terrible. Terrible. But such is the life of a Mario brother. Yeah, we're gonna continue. Forest Evolution. Sort of like as I was saying earlier, this was actually called the Lost Woods in the Japanese version, which I think is really cool. It's a nice Zelda reference. It sort of goes to show that maybe Mario and Zelda do sort of coexist in the same sort of world here. It'd be really fun, you know? I'd like to see where the Mario brothers fit in the Zelda timeline. Which Link they go with, although it's probably the Link from I don't know, frankly. Mario could just be like an immortal being to where like Mario and gang, like they've interacted with multiple incarnations of Link over the years. Like obviously there's like Link's appearance in Mario Kart. That's a big one. And I think that's his Skyward Sword design, if I'm correct. I haven't played that much of Skyward Sword, so please prove me wrong. But there's also those interesting Mario comics where he interacts with Link, but it's like the Link's the Past Link. Come on, pick up the key, bruh. Pick up the key, bruh. There we go. Alright, Forest of Illusion, Ghost House. Oh yeah, the big boo in the walls. There's boos in them there walls. Yikes. Alright. So we just sort of go through this area. This has always been like one of the more interesting ghost houses to me. Because it's just like... it's so weird how it just like you're in like this narrow hallway, right? And then like it just opens up into like this huge sort of like, I don't know, I want to call it like an open floor plan, but it's not really. It's more just like, what would this even look like in a 3D space? I have no idea. I have actually no idea how this would look in a 3D space. But like then eventually you end up in the walls. It's really interesting. Oh yeah, and there's these weird like transparent mushrooms. It's like the ghost of mushrooms past or something. Ah, shoot. No, dude. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Forget it. Oh wait, that was a mistake. Oh, baby. Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was bad. Dang it! Ah, well. We can do this, we can do this, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this, we can do this. Watch. Watch me do it. Oh. Hey, baby. Pardon me. Just making my way through. You can spin jump really high in this game. I was commenting on that earlier, but it's just like, it's like almost as high as an actual jump. It's kind of crazy how Mario Maker nerfed this sucker. Also, you can spin jump on like practically anything in this game. Except for like lava. But like, that completely makes sense why you wouldn't be able to spin jump on that. Because it's like, it's lava. Also, I despawned that fire flower, which is incredibly disappointing. Please, 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 thank you. So now we're in the walls, which makes no sense in a 3D escape, but this is a 2D Mario, so who cares? Maybe it's just that we're on the roof and less that we're in the walls. That would make more sense, or that we're on the ceiling of what's like a second floor thing. But like, how does it make sense? Because like one is a background and the other one doesn't. I don't know. Forest of Illusion has never made sense, frankly. Tempt me with a tasty one-up. I tempt you by getting rid of your life. Nope, you got rid of my cape, because I'm an idiot and you're not. Lakitu, get out of here. You stink. Except according to Kit from Nintendo Minute. I actually thought that was really wholesome how he liked Lakitus, and it makes sense now that they're more likable. But, good grief. Back in these days? No. Lakitu's a public menace to society. Everyone hates him. If you like Lakitu back in these days, you're messed up. You just want to see Mario suffer, and frankly, other people suffer as a result. And I frankly won't stand for that. Okay. Well, I thought, half of me thought that would kill him. The other half of me is disappointed in myself for thinking that would be the case. Okay. There goes my... Oh no, what I was doing there. I was singing. Meditating. No, I'm not the meditating type, I'm gonna be honest with you. Uh-oh. Die! Dude, clouds go so slow in this game. Like, it made me think that, like, I thought clouds went slow in Super Mario. Ooh, you get a cape from that? That's nice. It made me think, huh, every time I think clouds go slow in Super Mario Maker, I should really just keep my mouth shut, because if they just straight ripped the speed of clouds from this game, dude, we'd get absolutely nowhere. I really like the underwater music for this game. Even though the melody is like literally the same as every other level in this game. Who cares, dude? It's just, it sort of proves the timelessness of the melody itself, if I'm being honest, like the Mario world. Yeah, I already called it a melody. Dang it, dude! What was I supposed to do there? Get good? Probably. Just go down, buddy. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, that was close. Come on, man. Don't give me none of that. We need to find the secret exit to one of these levels, otherwise we're never gonna get out of this forest. Literally, never going to get out of this forest. Because you need to get a secret exit to at least one of these levels. Preferably 2. Or 3. In order to get out of here, but... yeah. Come on... Okay. perfect. Alright. But I am making it... Yeah. I am making a decent bit of progress today. That's good. Ow. Okay. I go to look at the stream timer for 1 second. For 1 second. And then the fish just... Whatever. Whatever, man. That's the sound it makes when you pick up a cape feather, by the way. Just in case you were wondering. I don't know, there's not that much to talk about when you're just redoing the same level. Oh boy. It's been a long day. And it's only been like the first day of Thanksgiving break too. That's the good news. Is that it's just like, yeah, I haven't recorded anything today like I wanted to. But I got a lot of sleep and I needed sleep. I got like 12 hours of sleep without even trying. That's how much sleep I've needed. So it's just like, I think I really needed this. Which is good. Well, it's not good that I needed it, it's good that I got it. But, yeah. It's good to take care of yourself. And I think today was a self-care day. It's important to have one of those days every now and again. Who knows, this Saturday I'll probably be at it again with more Losing Friends Live. I think you guys would really enjoy that. I think we can try to get... I don't know how we could get a 4th player going. We would have to ditch the green screen at that point. Because there's literally no way. There is no way that we are getting 4 people to play Mario Party and all fit in this green screen. There's literally none. 3 people. We can sort of make that work. 4 people? Nah. Okay. Let's see what we can do. What is this? Oh wait, this is the secret. Cool. Well, that was easy enough. See, it's almost like they wanted you to find that. So, it's good. Oh. Okay. Layer them! Well, whatever. Alright. Easy. Okay, I'm starting to go a little bit tired, but let's see what we can do with this. If I can make it through this world tonight, that'll be enough for me. Because at that point, that'll be like 4 hours of me streaming today. Which, it's kind of too bad that we couldn't get that all with Sonic Frontiers today, but, I mean, my computer just apparently was not having that today. For some reason, I'll try to work out the bugs for tomorrow. If I even stream it all tomorrow, since it is a national holiday and all. I'm supposed to spend that day with family. You know, it's good to spend a day or two with family. It's healthy. I mean, because a lot of my family doesn't see me too much. Since I left for college. Frankly, if I don't spend more memories with my, some of my younger siblings, they'll start to forget who I am. That's kind of depressing to think about though, so I'll stop talking about it. But yeah, there is a danger of that. And I think family's worth keeping ties with. Wait, does this just keep perpetually going up? No, no it doesn't. Boy, it's kind of disorienting how fast that background goes. Whoa, whoa. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's really disorienting how fast that background goes. Good grief, I'm gonna be sick. Other than that, this is a really fun level so far, even though it's like basically an auto-scroller. The background makes it seem like it's so much more high stake than it actually is, because you're just like, whoa, I'm going so fast! Just imagine Mario hanging on for dear life, like, woo! Woo! I don't know, it's kind of funny to think about. Wait, there were Koopas on the other side of that flagpole. No, poop. Woo! Okay. Here's something. Wait. Forest Fortress. Wait, this goes to Star Road, doesn't it? Whoa. Yikes. Whoa! That was really close. Oh, and I ruined it. In classic me fashion. Me fashion sounds like it'd be the name of a Wii video game. Oh. Okay, I can't keep risking stuff like that, dude. I say as I risk it again. Okay. Well, frankly, there's not gonna be an item box there! We're good. Jeez Louise, dude. Good grief, some of these castles are crazy. Hubbada bubbada hubbada bubbada hubbada bubbada. How? How am I still alive? How am I still alive? Ugh! Easy, I'm not. I'm not alive, actually. It's literally that simple. We carry on. Oh! I'm always on the cutting edge of the drama. The action is all at my footsteps. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. There were actually two of them. Oh, okay, so I couldn't have made that. Okay. Well, that's technically good to know. I really cut that one close, didn't I? Okay. Well, we like to have fun here. You know, this is a game after all. What's the point of playing games if you don't have a little fun? A little fun during the auto-scroller. That's why they put the saws there, I imagine. Just so that you could have something to do while you just wait for the stupid things to come banging down almost on your head, but... Okay, what pushed me into that? I'm genuinely curious how that worked out the way it did, because I did not press any directional input. That was just strange momentum from Nowheresville. Speaking of from Nowheresville, did one of my USB sticks just come unclicked or whatever? I heard the little doo-doo. You know that noise. That means like a USB has just been plugged in. I'm sitting literally in front of my PC. There's no way that could have happened. Just like, you know, someone else just invisible puts in a USB stick into my computer. If so, I'm very scared to look at what might be on it. It might be some weird ROM hack. Super Ryu Car World 3. What a terrifying thought. Oh, I almost made that. I literally just forgot that there were lava bubbles there. Podobos. Podoboos. I wonder where the name Podoboo comes from. I mean, it's probably Japanese. What if it's like Japanese for fireball? Wouldn't that be like so funny? Uh-oh. I don't know. Am I like one of those people who's just like, if I was from a different language, I would think so many English words just sound funny. Like, I don't know. Like, one word that comes to mind is like resolution. Oh! I did the dumbest thing I could have possibly done. It just jumped straight in there. Oh, I despawned both of those saws too. That's great. You love to see it. You hate to see that though. Right now, I am back on the grind again, as literally as it can be. Oh no no. Oh no no no. Hey there, Jotaro. Okay. What? What is this? Okay, what the heck? I have to try this. I have to try this, dude. Is there a way? Did they make a level where you could just bounce off the lava bubbles? There's no way in heck they made a level like that. Nintendo really just made a level where you bounce off of these guys. You probably intended to like fly over them, but like, who cares, dude? If you were intended to fly, or if you are intended to bounce off of these guys, I want to see a video. I want to see a video where somebody bounces off of these guys. It's probably in like a TAS or something. TAS could easily do something like this. Well, not easily, but it's just like in comparison to stuff that TAS normally does. It's just like, you know how it is. Okay, I need to build up speed, of course. Ooh. Okay, that's too high to just it's barely too high for you to just be able to run off the edge and fly. Unfortunate. Okay, instead one needs to master the art of timing. Just like that, except gooder. Come on, dude. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. But it's fun to think about. It's fun to think about, okay? What the heck? Fine. Let's just beat the castle the normal way, like everyone else, like what all the other kids are doing, even though it's boring. Okay, the Reznor. These guys actually reappeared in New Super Mario Bros. 2. I thought that was really interesting, considering that I basically assumed that New Super Mario Bros. 2 is basically a new Super Mario Bros. 3. Which it is, sort of. That game has a lot of auto-scrollers in it, but frankly... a lot of older Mario games have a lot of auto-scrollers in them. They just don't have them on, like, the actual speedrunning route, which is rather unfortunate that New Super Mario Bros. 2 has so many in its speedrunning route, but... yeah. Because other than that, I really like the idea of having a new Super Mario Bros. 3. Because I don't know, oh! Okay, cool. Let's see, how do, oh, so we are in Star Road, so we could beat this game tonight. That's the good news. There goes my Yoshi! Well, too bad, I suppose. Come on, walk into your own shell? No, of course not. You would never walk into your own shell. That'd be stupid. Frankly, you're not stupid. I think you're rather intelligent. Okay. Me, however, on the other hand, I might be smarter than I thought. Yes, I am. Good, good. I've proved my own intelligence once again. This is nice. I like this. I need the secret exit. Where is this secret exit? It has to be somewhere. Good job, me. I've once again, in my my unfathomable amount of knowledge, I've discovered that the secret exit to the level must be somewhere in the level. Eureka, etc. Okay, I'm kind of scared of just flying real low with Winged Yoshi like this, because it's just like... boy! So anyway, continuing onward. Ouch. Ouch! Okay, well, whatever. Boom. Boom. There we go, there's a cape feather. Now we're making waves. Let's see. If I was a key hiding in a level, where would I be? Oh, I'd be around here. Somewhere. You're joking. Oh, wait. I have a cape. It shouldn't be that hard. Well, for a real brainiac like me, it might be. There we go. Wait, why am I going this way? Ah, I see. So where do I want to go in Bowser's Castle? That's gonna be the real question. Let's go number 4. Oh boy. Look at this place. This was probably not the best choice of action. But, well, here we go. Look at that rotating background. It's kind of cool. Well, it seems like it's rotating. If you want an actual rotating background, play Super Castlevania 4. That game is sick. Okay, hopefully number 8 isn't bad. Oh, it's just charging chucks. No, without the cape, this is terrible. I make it through unscathed! Well, not unscathed, but, you know, scathed, but okayed. And now I'm bathed in light. The Mecha Koopas make an appearance. Brief, forgettable. Well, honestly, not too forgettable because they're a part of the final boss fight. Now, Bowser's color palette in this game is what's truly unforgettable. Because, good grief, this guy, actually, they didn't know that Bowser's color palette was wrong in this game. But until they made the Super Mario World sprite, or the Super Mario Maker sprites for this game, they're just like, oh, seriously? We got Bowser's color palette wrong. Oops. But, yeah. It's kind of interesting how they could get something like that on accident, because that was literally the first thing I noticed about this boss fight when I saw it as a kid. Was it was just like, huh, Bowser still looks like King Koopa from Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Bowser's never looked good in that design. Speaking of not looking good in this design, Peach sort of... Oh no. Yoo-hoo! I do sort of like the music gaining intensity a little as this boss fight goes on. I think for ROM hacks of this game, particularly Diagonal Mario, that's gonna be like the first ROM hack I play on this channel is gonna be Diagonal Mario, because that, or frankly Diagonal Mario 2, because I think that that's just a classic. But I love the way the music goes for like each phase of the final Bowser boss fight. Oh no, I kicked him off the side. Frick. Well, look who's starting all the way over. Yay! I'm kidding. That's actually not a yay moment. It's whatever the opposite of a yay moment is. Hooray! Okay. Boy, this is a lot harder if you don't have any of the switches pulled. Other than that, it's like fairly easy. In all honesty. Number 8 was pretty hard without the... Ooh. Maybe I could get an item? No. Oh, that's an actual enemy that you can actually die to! Whatever. We can get this done. We can get this done. Don't worry, friends. We can get this done. We got this. We got this. Wait, number 1 was actually really stinking easy. What am I doing? Uh-oh. As soon as I say that. As soon as I say it. Ooh, that was close. I mean, not really close, but it's just like close enough. Close enough. Let's try number 6. I think it's like some sort of water level. Yeah. yes, the old water level. Very interesting, very special. Waiting for this dry bones. I don't know what its hitbox is, and I'm not afraid that... Oh, yeah. Should not have tempted fate with that one. I'm gonna try number 7 at this point, because... Yeah, I mean, number 1 is, like, pretty much a cakewalk. Pretty much a cakewalk. But, these second groups of rooms have just been not that. Boy, that's the first time I've died to room number 1. We're gonna beat Super Mario World in one stream. Crazy. I mean, people have beaten this game in like 5 minutes, so it's not that impressive of a feat. But, you know, give me a break. So we are on the final castle, that's good. We did save, that's good, because I just realized we only have 4 lives, but actually, what are we doing? What are we doing? We have a way to access the top secret area, and we're not taking that? No. No. Actually, the top secret area is more than just a way to get a Yoshi and power-ups and stuff like that, but because it gives you a block for a Yoshi, it can actually give you 1-ups too, because if you already have a Yoshi and you hit a block with a Yoshi in it, you don't get a Yoshi, you get 1-ups. 1-ups are very helpful, especially in this game. So sit forward in your seats, friends, as we grind out some more top secret area goodies. I'm just gonna get a couple 1-ups, because, you know, we probably won't be back here for a while. It is kind of a trek. But once you unlock Star Road, all the Star World warp points, it's actually not that bad at all. And there's no timer in this level that can kill you, by the way. You, like, literally just... See, it's already at 0. I'm just gonna go to 10 lives, frankly. And then we'll be on our merry way. Won't that be lovely? I'm sure it will be. There we go. 10 lives. And now, we're gonna go beat Bowser's butt. Isn't that good? That's probably exactly what Mario thinks too. He's just like, okie dokie, here we go. I've got all my stuff, and now it's time to kick Bowser in the butt for like the 10th time this week. Woohoo! I've given it. Murdered your children, and all their castles are now just dead now. They're just like them. Isn't that so fitting? Tell 'em. Boy, I really just talked about murdering children. I feel terrible. Well, I mean, that's what we did. It's as kids. We thoroughly stomped them. I should really stop before the family friendliness of this stream is called into question. But, I mean... Man, I was just playing Mario. I did not expect this to get so real. I refuse to accept this timeline. Boy, that moves really fast. I can't believe we just got through this. Ooh, that was close. what's in door number 7? Door number 8 is literally just charging chucks. Should be easy with the cape. There we go. Was that so hard? No, it wasn't. Why'd I have this much trouble with it? At this point, listen, friends, at this point, what's the point in taking damage? Now, I'm not going to use restore points for the Bowser fight, because I believe that that's just cheap. But I want to at least get there unscathed, so that's why we do what we do. Okay. Okay. Whoa! Okay. Time to get some Muncha Koopas or whatever they're called. Mecha Koopas. Dude, the way it like zooms in towards the screen is really fun. I don't know. Sort of gets you an idea that Bowser's just like a crazy driver. I'm not gonna grab Peach's mushroom, because that just sounds wrong. And also because that would actually get rid of the cape feather that we have in our inventory already. See, I have my reasons. Drop another one of your balls, Bowser. I messed it up. No, I missed. There we go. At least we got one. But yeah, it's weird that they didn't notice his arms got colored wrong. Anyone else find that weird? Because like that's the most outstanding part to me about his design, is that they screwed that up. They're just like, oh no. Just like, how did you not notice that? It's weird. Also, I love how intense this music is for Mario standards, especially back then. Like, I don't know, this song just goes hard. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, I will take that mushroom now, Peach. Thank you! Oh no, he's bouncing. He's bouncing. Bowser's a crazy driver, dude. Look at him go. Get this man's license revoked. Invite him to the next Mario Kart. He might make it a lot more entertaining. Ah, shoot. Ah! Oh, okay. Good. I'm so disappointed in myself. Okay. Well, as much as I do hate to do this, when am I gonna get another chance of taking this guy on with a cape? That's really all I wanted for this. Is just to take Bowser on with a cape. And I can't. Woo! Throw me more dudes? Thank you. That was very kind of you, considering everything that I've done. Uh-oh. Well. Yeah, baby! We did it. Boom, boom. Yeah, Yeah, baby! We did it. Okay, I actually wasn't trying towards the end of that. But yay! They're all going to take a vacation! That's what we wanted. That's what it's all about. It's all good, man. Bruh. Don't you just love a happy ending? All wholesome and good. Yay! That's Super Mario World. What a fun game. I really enjoyed it. Hideki Kono? Did they spell his name right? Didn't he work on other stuff for Mario too? I'm clearly very tired. Oh boy, I just streamed for 4 hours, didn't I? It took a lot out of me. But yeah, I do love listening to this song. It's such an iconic Mario song. But yeah, that's Super Mario World. Or at least most of it. Or at least a lot of it. There was actually quite a bit we did not do in this game. But this was a launch title for the Super Nintendo. I can't believe this. Having the last Mario game be Mario 3, and then having a Mario game like as impressive as this with all like the backgrounds and stuff, it must have really blown people away, and I can really see why like a lot of people still hold this game in high regard. But yeah, there's Shigeru Miyamoto right there. Dang. And then the real credits begin after this short message. Like, yeah, sure, there's all these real life people, but yeah, you'll see. Oh, that's right, we don't have all the Yoshis since we didn't beat all the castles. That's why you... Okay. Well, no, wait, actually. No, these are all the Yoshis that are supposed to be there, right? I think. I love it when the music picks up like this. So good. There's a charging Chuck. Little known fact, my uncle's more or less nicknamed after these charging Chucks. It's because my mom didn't like her cousin very much growing up, so yeah. Oh well. Happens sometimes with family members. They like each other well enough now though, but people still call him Chuck, and I think that's hilarious actually. I love this music, dude. Actually, if you want to listen to a really good sort of remix of this, or remastering of this, this guy named Tom Breyer does a piano, like he like, it's hard to say it, but he like sight reads music. So like it's his first time seeing a piece of music, and he just nails it. And then he like improvises even when he plays it, and oh, it's so good. I could listen to that man play the piano all day. It's so nice. Some people are just given natural talent. I heard that he got into like a bad accident though, and that he hasn't really been able to play since, and that's terrible, but you should look up his old music on YouTube. It's really, really cool. I personally still listen to it from time to time. There's the Mecha Koopas, the iconic Mecha Koopas that only appear in like one level. And then there's all the Koopalings. Look at all the ones we forgot to kill. Too bad, honestly. We'll get them next time, don't worry. But yeah, there's that ending screen. I really don't like the way they're looking at me. So, we're just gonna end that there. Thanks everyone for joining the stream. Especially you guys who stuck around after the little break we did. But, yep. That was Super Mario World. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna catch up with you on the Sonic Frontiers, and hopefully we're gonna be back streaming either tomorrow or Friday. So, until next time, I'm Jack the Raccoon. I'll see you soon. Until next time, have a good rest of your week. I'll see you later. Bye.